Dangerous Desires, Part 3 of 3, adapted from the Alagaddupama Sutta, the simile of the snake. Reflection: don't become a debate master. In this sutra, the Buddha teaches that some people study the scriptures not to practice them, but to win arguments and use them as conversational leverage. These people are like fools who try to catch a snake with their bare hands. They think they know how to grab it, but they will only get bitten. A person who truly wants to catch a snake must use a forked stick. First, they pin the snake's head down with the stick, and then they grasp it firmly by the neck. Even if the snake wraps its coils around their arm or body, they will not be bitten or fatally wounded. Why? Because they know the proper method and understand the snake's nature. Similarly, virtuous practitioners study the Dharma to realize it and attain merit. They first understand the true meaning, then practice it step by step. The goal is not to win debates, but to cut off vexations and attain liberation. Are we not like the monk Aritha? We often say, as long as I don't break the law, I can live how I want. A little enjoyment won't hurt. We think we are free, but in reality, our desires are leading us around by the nose, and we don't even realize it. With boundless compassion, the Buddha repeatedly used 10 similes to teach the monks. These similes are incredibly insightful and truly apt. 1. Like gnawing a bone. A dog fiercely chews a bone, drooling, but the bone has long been devoid of meat, and thus cannot satisfy the dog's hunger. Desire is the same. We chase it for a long time, but it never truly benefits us, leaving us with only emptiness. 2. Like fighting for a piece of meat. A small piece of meat drops on the ground, and a flock of birds rushes in, fighting over it, with none able to enjoy it alone. Sensual pleasure is like that piece of meat. It invites jealousy, competition, conflict, and suffering. 3. Like holding a dry grass torch. You hold a burning torch to see the way forward as you walk, but the flame can scorch your hand. Desire is the same. Holding it is like holding something hot. It is a present and intensely burning evil. 4. Like a pit of coals. Who would willingly jump into a burning coal pit? Yet, when people become obsessed with sensual pleasure, they feel a burning craving for it and jump into it, imagining it to be cool spring water. They jump into the pit with their eyes closed, only to find out that they cannot quench their thirst there but are consumed by the fire of desire. 5. Like a beautiful dream. In a dream, you marry someone beautiful, win the lottery, and live in a mansion. You wake up and find out that none of these is true, just a fleeting illusion. The happiness brought by indulgence is even shorter than a dream. It quickly shatters. 6. Like borrowed items. Luxury car, designer bag. You drive your friend's luxury car or carry their limited edition bag, and everyone compliments your taste, but in the end, you must return the item. The pleasure of indulgence is also borrowed, temporary, and illusory. 7. Like the fruit on a tall tree. The reddest fruit at the top of a tree will eventually fall and rot when already ripe. However, someone foolishly climbs the tree to pick it and breaks their leg. Is desire worth sacrificing one's health, family, and conscience for? 8. Like walking into a slaughterhouse. Behind the fine meat and wine that we enjoy lies a bloody price. How many people hurt each other for desire? Work, romance, fame, and fortune. Are these not all slaughterhouses? 9. Like writing on a post covered with knives. A wooden post studded with knives will cut you all over and leave you bleeding if you get close. Desire is the same. Getting near it inevitably leads to injury. 10. Like catching a snake. You see a snake and think that catching it will make you safe. But if you aren't careful, it will bite you back, possibly costing you your life. This is because you touched a dangerous thing without knowing how to do so. Desire is the same. If you don't understand its nature and blindly chase it, crave it, and cling to it, you will lose your life sooner or later. For example, gnawing a bone, like playing video games until midnight. You think the game is fun, but when you snap back to reality, you feel only emptiness and loneliness, having gained nothing. And borrowed designer bags and luxury cars, relying on false external achievements, material goods, and the eyes of others to satisfy one's own vanity. It is glorious for a moment, but deep down, there is emptiness and insecurity, because you know all of this is fake and cannot be truly possessed by you. In addition, studying the Buddha Dharma is not about debating, winning arguments, or beating others, but about one's own liberation. We often fall into similar traps, thinking that because we have read many books, attended many lectures, and memorized famous quotes better than anyone else, we understand all the important principles. But in reality, we haven't genuinely practiced or realized anything important. We have no essential realization or meritorious qualities acquired from practice. The moment we face emotion or temptation, we collapse. Our temper flares up, our greed and attachment prevail, and our vexations aren't lessened at all. Isn't that tantamount to catching a snake with our bare hands? All talk and no actual practice, and being self-righteous, make it easier for us to get hurt. Therefore, do not treat the Buddha, Dharma, or any form of wisdom as an ornament or a tool for showing off or winning arguments. You must be able to apply what you have learned in daily life to genuinely benefit from it. Just as catching a snake requires a method and a tool, practice also requires a method and a sequence. You should first correctly understand the true meaning and practice methods of the Buddha Dharma, and then put them into action sequentially, constantly observing the actions of your body, speech, and mind, and making adjustments and corrections at all times. Instead of saying, "I understand everything," when you encounter adversity, ask yourself, am I handling this situation with more wisdom and liberation than before, or am I being bound by vexation again? In simple terms, stop lying to yourself that indulgence is harmless, and stop using knowledge to deceive or package yourself. True practice is facing yourself honestly and bravely, and then correcting your desires and vexations little by little. It's time to give up those self-righteous, petty satisfactions